great clip. It's a great clip. Full of life.
Yeah, full of life.
Keep me impressed. But what was it with you and your balls? Because not only do you hold them when you're dancing, then when you finish, you go, oh, and you sort of clap them.
Listen, I don't know. That's a nervous twitch I had back in the day.
I bet you got into all sorts of trouble. There we go. OK, so what do you have planned for the new tour? Because it's remarkable that you've got Take That have come back, of course, and they've been just huge. I mean, bigger than ever before.
So well,
and they're just a tremendously talented bunch. The Spice Girls, they're going to be back, and I'm sure that'll be great fun. That's going to be a huge success. You guys as well, as you just said, you sold out so quickly, didn't you?
The first 10 shows went in about 2 hours.
Wow,
yeah.
incredible. What do you have planned for the big night? What do you have planned for the concert? Have you started choreographing and working out yet?
We're starting like production meetings and so on now in the new year, you know, but we're very aware that we have a lot of competition with the likes of Take That and Spice Girls and so on the live circuit, you know. So, you know, we're planning to have a really spectacular show.
And what will it involve? Do you know any ideas yet at all or not yet?
Bit of that, yeah, a bit of chaos.
But presumably you're going to have to, I would have thought, get into good fighting form for it. I mean,
yeah, no,
you look like you haven't put on any weight at all, and Stephen looks in great form. But will you will have to, as a group, you'll have to get, I mean, none of you are old guys, but you're older than you were, of course.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to get in shape, especially with what Take That have done. I mean, they've really set the bar. Yeah, we've a lot of work to do.
Well, they look fantastic, don't they?
They do, they look better, and they're probably, you know, singing and dancing and everything better than they did the first time round.
But do you think you guys are going to enjoy it more this time? Because
yeah, absolutely.
You're calm, I guess.
Last time it was a very different situation last time round, you know. We were owned by, you know, the whole thing, really, you know. You had no personal life. But this time round, we're controlling the system a lot more.
We were spoiled kids as well, you know. But it's different now. You see, it's not like we lived in each other's pockets for, you know, 6, 7 years. Now we all have our own lives, our own careers, families.
Well, that's interesting. You do all have families now, of course. You know, you're all with partners. Many of you have children.
Well, between us, we have 7 kids, 3 dogs, 4 wives, 1 husband, and 2 cats.
So how is that going to work on the road? Because you're going to miss your family. I know.
No, we'll have a creche on the road. It'll be grand. A creche in a pet shop.
Because I know when you were doing Coronation Street, one of the reasons why you bowed out, I believe, is because it was taking so much a toll on your home life.
Well, I went over to do 3 episodes to Manchester, and before I knew where I was 3 years there. I don't know whether they were waiting for me to become good. Long episode, like me or not, but I was only getting 1 day home a week.
But presumably...
And it took its toll, but it was a fantastic opportunity, and I really enjoyed it, and everything is good again, so...
I'm sure they'd love to have you come back, and I would have thought that was quite a tough decision for you to think, OK, do I now go back with the boys, or do I carry on with the...
Well, we only ever took 12 months off as a rest, and that kind of drifted into 8 years. Yeah. And, no, it's good to be back.
They all look at you and as soon as they're
It's funny,
no, it's nobody's fault. I mean, I have to be honest with you, at this moment in time, it feels right. The timing feels right. You know?
And presumably you're going to be working on new music together as well. There'll be a new album, a new single, and that.
I think there'll be greatest hits out for around March, April, which a couple of new tracks on. So.
And have you got the new tracks chosen yet? Because you'd write some stuff as well, I know, but you also did quite a lot of covers. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be covers or new material?
It's a brand new song. Possibly the first single is a brand new song.
Oh, wait, and you have it already?
Yeah, well, we think so.
Well, we've got a few, so we're kind of still deciding.
I think we're there.
Was this one that you were going to do solo?
No.
What? Why is that a bad question? That's the one, isn't it?
You're terrible.
Why is that terrible? I thought it might be one of his old solo ones that he didn't get around to releasing. Now, can I ask you something? On the road in the old days, I imagine you got about as much action as you could possibly handle. Would I be right? OK? That silence speaks volumes. Let's pretend your partners aren't all watching for a second. Back before...
Ronan, you start.
Back before you were tied up and involved in, you know, and had found your life partners.
We had a lot of fun on the road.
Who got the most action back then?
Stephen,
yeah.
No way!
Stu, I was the only gay in the village. It was never happening for me. I had to hide my sexuality, so no.
Oh, that's right.
You look beautiful, but...
Of course, because you were in at the time, weren't you?
Yes.
He was dating Baby Spice for about 4 years.
That was
good on me for
Can
that.
I just say, no one believed that for a second. And so, but presumably you guys knew that he was gay before he made the announcement.
Yeah.
So was that tricky for you as a band to try and help keep that secret? Did you feel bad for him that he had to stay in? Because presumably it was for the sake of the man.
It was tough for Stephen.
No, I just think it's an individual thing. I think if you are gonna come out, then it needs to be on your own time and your own terms. and it wasn't the right time or term for me to come out. So. And they were very understanding, very supportive of me throughout the whole
It was
of
no
Boyzone.
big deal.
It was no big issue.
It was up to Steve, and we would support him whatever way he wanted to go. If he decided to make...
He was definitely gay. He was definitely gay. No,
I don't think it was a sudden whim. I don't think it was like, oh, what do I fancy sucking on today? It wasn't one of those days, was it? No.
From the time we started, though, you have been a superstar. You've been on television all the time.
Gosh,
I think many of us have done many of your shows over the years, the Buzzcock, so forth.
Yeah.
You must be getting some action.
Plenty of self-loving, my friend. I'm loved up. I've got the wife at home. She's waiting for me, and she's great.
Kids.
And you know, yeah. And I found out that if you give her just enough night nurse, she's asleep by 11. You can do what you want. Access all areas. God bless the cold. She's had a cold for 4 years now. Mix a bit of vodka in there. You go, darling. There you go.
For years, I've always wondered how people like you get away with saying things like that and going home. What does the wife say? Does she just say that's his job?
She's asleep. What are you talking about? Okay, let's have a look at Children. This is the moment we came back on Children in Need, which was also a hats off to you guys. What a lovely way of announcing that you were back together, because it was a great thing for the BBC to have you there and a great thing for that particular night, which raised a record amount of cash. So thank you for doing that as well. This is Boyzone when they got back together just recently on Children in Need.
Lovely.
Left me feeling I had nowhere to go. I was alone. How was I to know you would be there?
Good look. Isn't it great to see him back on stage? It really is a nice feeling.
That was lovely. It was really great.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree, it's great to have Boyzone back together. You going to stick around for the music?
Please.
Yes,
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, together they are Boyzone. All right, thanks to all my guests tonight. Boyzone right here, and of course, Hugh Family, Ricky School, and Noel and Julian from the Mighty Boosh. Next week, my guests will be the quiet and retiring Jeremy Clarkson. We've got Hollywood Oscar winner Renée Zellweger here, comedy superstar Jerry Seinfeld, plus from Little Britain, Matt Lucas and David Walliams. But now, performing her brilliant single Pumpkin Soup, please welcome the delightful Kate Nash.